More than half a century ago and half a world away, my family faced the most difficult choice of their lives. Living in communist Hungary in 1956, the Soviet regime had robbed them of their fundamental rights of freedom and democracy. Risking it all, my family decided to leave everything they'd known for a place which offered hope and opportunity for those wanting to build a brighter future. That place was Calgary, and it was the best choice my family could have ever made. I grew up here in Dover, and my first job was delivering flyers in Forest Lawn. I used my small income to help my family pay our bills and make ends meet. In high school, I washed dishes and cleaned tables at a restaurant in Marlborough. Throughout university, I paid off my student loans by working on the factory line at the Ogden Shingle Mill. With persistence, I was able to smash through barriers that my parents and their parents before them could only ever see, let alone touch. And it was on that foundation that 3 years ago, I received your incredible trust to serve as one of the youngest city councillors ever elected. Getting elected shouldn't mean winning the lottery. But with council's golden pensions and its guaranteed payouts for life, it turns out that it's even better. On my first day on the job, councillors told me that I had to take the pension. But I kept thinking back to a conversation I had with one of my neighbors on her doorstep. A single mother of two, she asked, "Once you're downtown, are you going to look after me? Or are you only going to think of yourself?" Now, keeping my word and turning down that pension was the easiest decision that I have ever made. But it was also the most costly, as it set me on a collision course with an out-of-touch establishment that in so many ways has put its own interests ahead of yours. On a cold December night and less than a week before Christmas, Sean Chu and I asked council to reconsider how it was treating the unfairly evicted Midfield Park residents. Even as City Hall was set to make millions off of selling the land, we stood up to challenge the lawyers and pushed for increased compensations for those Calgarians being put out in the cold. Following misuse of public funds, he and I pushed for politicians who travel on your dime to report publicly on what they learned. After the downtown police station closed and the drug injection site opened, I pushed to help those citizens and businesses facing huge safety and security costs. During the debate on the $5 billion Green Line, I pushed for the complete plan to be brought to taxpayers for their approval. Following the massive 7.5% coronavirus tax hike, I asked council to use its slush funds for the relief of all taxpayers. After council spent more than $2 million on a brand new Chamber of Secrets, I asked for controls on these secret meetings and a simple webpage where any Calgarian could see how their councillor voted on important issues. And I fought to protect core services like police and fire, which keep our homes, businesses, and communities safe. Like the overwhelming majority of Calgarians, I support our police officers and firefighters, and I thank them for their bravery and service to our city. Now, through these ideas and the many more I've put forward on behalf of my constituents, I have a record of asking City Council to say yes. Yes to responsible spending. Yes to transparency. And yes to opportunity. I've seen our city struggle with lack of opportunity, but these tough times have been met head-on by Calgarians who refuse to give in or give up in the face of adversity. Through dozens of town hall meetings and thousands of conversations with Calgarians concerned about our future, I've seen our strengths shine through. Calgarians are innovators and entrepreneurs. We come up with bold ideas and transform them into businesses which lead the world. Calgarians are risk takers. We don't accept the status quo as being good enough or that some problems just can't be fixed. Calgarians are kind and compassionate. We help our friends, our neighbors, and even complete strangers through tough times. And Calgarians are honest and hardworking. We don't expect the government to solve all of our problems for us, but we want honest leadership that helps families and entrepreneurs pursue the very best opportunity our city has to offer. Opportunity is what Calgarians need, and opportunity is what City Council must work to restore and renew for our city. In genuinely listening to Calgarians, you have shown me how much more opportunity there is for us if only we had new leadership. I believe that Calgary needs new leadership to help us not only regain lost ground, but to surge ahead, to create new frontiers of opportunity for current and future generations. I believe we need to get our budget under control, leverage new technology, and do a much better job of understanding exactly what services Calgarians want and how you want them delivered. I believe we need to be relentless in our pursuit of economic recovery and growth, creating new jobs across every sector, from the energy industry to our emerging tech sector, from the service sector to finance and law, and from brick and mortar stores to the sharing economy and emerging digital storefronts. And I believe we need to bring back honesty and integrity down at City Hall, with leadership we can trust and count on as we recover from the pandemic. Today, I'm asking you to think hard about our future and the choice we have ahead of us in the next election. I'm asking you to think about what Calgary could be if we had new leadership, new ideas, and new opportunity. I'm asking you to think about how much more we could achieve if we leave behind the old ways of doing things. And I'm asking you to think about what is possible if only we had a council that would say yes. Yes to responsible spending, yes to transparency, and yes to opportunity. This is our moment to unleash Calgary's potential. I'm here because I want to help you write the next chapter of opportunity in Calgary's remarkable story. The best city in the best province, in the best country in the world. My name is Jeromy Farkas, and I'm asking to be your next mayor.